I want to discuss Williamson Act bills in the California Legislature. Basically, the Williamson Act authorizes a city or county to enter into contracts with landowners where their land is devoted to agricultural use. And this is found in the California Government Code, Title 5, Division 1, Part 1, Chapter 7 on agricultural land. And basically, we call it the California Land Conservation Act of 1965, although it's commonly known as the Williamson Act. And Chapter 7, which is the Land Conservation Act, was obviously added to state statute in 1965. So generally, the Williamson Act authorizes a city or county to enter into contracts with owners whose land is devoted to agricultural use. And under the Williamson Act, the owners agree to continue using the property for that agricultural purpose. And the city or the county agrees to value the land accordingly for purposes of property taxation. In addition, these provisions of the government code set forth a number of procedures for reimbursing cities and counties for property tax revenues that they didn't receive as a result of these contracts. And there's a continuous appropriation of general fund monies to the local jurisdictions for this purpose. There's usually legislation almost every session that proposes to make changes to the Williamson Act, as well as to appropriate additional state funds to make subvention payments to local governments for the purpose of compensating them for the reductions of assessed property taxes on these agricultural lands. So we might see, for example, from the 2010 legislative session, the sum of $40 million is appropriated for the 2022-23 fiscal year from the general fund to the controller to make subvention payments to counties pursuant to section 16140 in proportion to the losses incurred by those counties by reason of the reduction of assessed property taxes. And in all of these measures, these legislative measures, specific provisions of the Williamson Act may need to be amended based upon what the particular bill is proposing to accomplish. Now, as this is a frequent topic of legislation, you want to be aware of Williamson Act measures.